Stars Mill, and welcome to Coach's Corner, with the segment where we interview Stars Mill's coaches. Today I'm here with girls soccer head coach John Bowen. How you doing, Coach?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Let's get right into it.
Okay.
First of all, we've talked about it a little bit before, but let's kind of go over it again. What was the main focus during the preseason?
Preseason was just getting fit, getting everybody mentally ready to go through, an entire season. For those that are new to the program, it's a little bit of a drain going 5 days a week for 18 weeks or so, or at least that's how long we hope it ends up being. So it's just trying to get our bodies and our minds ready to put the time and the effort into to be able to perform on any given day.
So you've had the opportunity to play a few games so far, a couple of them being region. How have those? Just take me through those games and how they went down.
I thought the scrimmage against Spalding was pretty good. We were kind of right on top of them from the beginning. Riverdale was the same way. It was a region match, and then Carrollton was just a crazy game. We didn't play bad, but they scored goals from seemingly impossible situations several times. So we ended up dropping a game there. Came back and beat Alexander in a fairly strong performance. It was only 2-1, but we performed again pretty well, controlled the match, kept things under control for the most part, and then came up big when we had to. And then we went to Pius, and it wasn't so much a letdown as a back down. The first half we didn't kind of put our best foot forward. We sat back. We played a little tentative. We invited pressure, and you just can't do that with them. So they scored one goal, and we seemed okay. And then they scored the second one, and we were like, oh no! And in 3 minutes they scored two more. So it ended up being 4-0 at halftime. But I was proud of the girls because they came back out the second half and just really was like, all right, it's 4-0 now, but let's see what we can do. And really pushed and took it to them and flipped the game on its head. It was a much more even game in the second half. We still ended up losing 4-0, but it was something they could be proud of in the second half. And then after taking the time off for winter break, we gave them the whole break off. Hopefully get away from the ball and away from everything for a little bit, get re-energized, and played really well at Marist. Basically played like we did the second half at Pius, the whole game at Marist. Fell behind early and then kind of clawed our way back into it, tied it up, and had a couple chances to win it, just couldn't quite get there.
And how have these games functioned as learning experiences going forward?
Well, you're always learning something. I mean, it's really about yourself more than anything else. So it's how do we respond to adversity? How do we respond when we go a goal down? How do we respond when the team's not doing very well? How do we respond when the team is doing really well, or when we play a really good team? So you're just kind of always looking at that from a coach's perspective, and then also seeing who performs, who performs really well in any given situation. And we've actually started doing game film a little bit differently, where we actually score, go back and score it. How many positive contributions did you have per minute, and all that kind of fun stuff. So that gives the girls some immediate feedback about how they're doing and where they're at and what they need to do. Not specifically what they need to do better, but if they need to do better to get more playing time.
So what have been some things you've been seeing from this roster so far?
We have technically very good players. We are getting our heads wrapped around the fact that we have to really work at it every time we step on the field. We do much better the longer we're playing top competition than we do if it's up and down. If we play, Riverdale unfortunately doesn't have many soccer players, so it's kind of all a one-sided game. We handled that really actually better than we have in the past. Just a mentality of, hey, let's go out there, let's play hard, let's do this right. Chloe Spradlin's been doing a real good job about keeping everybody on point with that. The rest of the leadership team does as well, with Mary Jane and Darby and Sophia, just trying to make sure that we constantly talk about being at the top of our mental game. And really, we actually doing a book study with the Young Champions Mind, and just kind of talking about the points that they bring up consistently to kind of put that back in our focus. And that's what we've really been, that's kind of our goal this year, is to make sure that whatever happens, we respond in a positive way. If things are going poorly, then can we pick each other up? And when we're feeling overburdened, can we find somebody else to encourage and see what that does for us? But hopefully finding a way to keep everybody performing at a high level by being encouraging and helping each other out.
With that being said, who are some players that you've been seeing that have been able to perform better than you initially expected?
I don't know about better than expected, but I mean, Sarah Evans is a force up top. She constantly creates goals, creates opportunities, is a danger. Every time she gets the ball, she's a threat. Darby Olive has done fantastic. She's scored really well. Every game we've had, she's one of the leading ones as far as positive contributions in a game. Chloe Spradlin's another one. Maddie Deffler did really well her last game. Was one of the first times that Darby's been kind of knocked off the perch as far as having the best game, at least scoring wise. Not that anybody's surprising. I mean, you could pretty much pick anybody. Sophia Varmeziar and Lauren Gutshaw in the midfield. Hannah Jacoby shown on occasion that she can step right in there. I mean, up top, Quinn Nowicki has moments where everything's in sync, and we're very, very dangerous. Luzmila Morera has found a way to get a goal. Just I think all but one of the games we've played so far. And so you're just constantly looking at things like that. The keepers have had some moments where you could tell we're kind of getting used to what we're doing, but other times we're just great saves, diving saves, talking in the back, distributing the ball has been excellent. Addison Smith's done a really good job with that. Jacqueline has done a great job just being a deterrent and communicating in the back and making sure that simple things get done. Mary Jane and Haley Kearns in the middle, Mary Jane Gagliano just have done exceptionally well in the back. Paige Panos, I guess if we talk about somebody that maybe has been kind of a surprise, has been Paige, because didn't know how well she would do, and she had an excellent tryout. Sometimes you have excellent tryouts and then you get into the season and it kind of bogs down a little bit, but she's worked her way into playing time, more and more playing time as we go forward. Julia Shanahan's taken some time to kind of get fit and get going, but I mean, she's excellent in the game and on the ball and does really well for us. I mean, everybody has found moments. Sasha Stanfield was another new one that comes in and does a great job of circulating the ball and giving us options and possession. I mean, you really can't look at anybody and say, oh, this person hasn't done well. Everybody's had their moments. It's just, if you're looking at the ones that are more consistent at the moment, it would have to be Darby Olive and Sarah Evans, Chloe Spradlin, Mary Jane and Haley, Sophia Varmeziar, and then Lauren Gutshaw's, she started injured, so she's just been in there a couple games. I think she's at her third game now, and she's really starting to click things in midfield. But I mean, I haven't been disappointed with anybody.
And let's talk about, you got a great threesome of seniors. Mm-hmm. How has that senior leadership been doing so far?
Oh, they've been doing really well. Quinn had a kind of a break in the fall. Things didn't work out for her club-wise, and so it's been nice to see her come back and enthusiastic and happy to be here and just wanting to play and get a foot on a ball. Chloe's kind of made it her mission to carry the team at times and make sure everybody's on point, and that's what you expect out of your captain anyway. Kaylee Ward still getting back fit. I mean, she's had just crazy bad luck. Was coming off minor knee surgery and then had gallbladder surgery, and she actually joined us on Friday for the first time out there running and doing physical stuff, and so you're looking forward to her. But just the amount of time she's been able to just be with us, even though she hadn't been on the field, she's really made an effort to make sure that she's present. She was present at the voluntary conditioning. She's been present at games, at practices, whatever she can do to be there and just let the girls know that she's here too. She's part of the team. She's encouraging. She's helping them out as well. So it's been nice because all three of them have gone through some struggles sometimes in the high school with the high school team, and they're just all primed to do their best this year, which is what you want for your seniors.
And finally, what are some of the vital matchups that are coming soon that you guys are preparing for?
The most entertaining ones, Columbus is pretty good this Friday. Whitewater the following Friday is always a good match. McIntosh, of course, April 2nd. That's the one kind of everybody points to in circles. It's always entertaining. We also have Harrison, who's an exceptional team. They're coming down here, and it's also a night that we're recognizing Lindsay Wagerson, who passed away this year, and so that's going to be a big game for us. And then, of course, Northgate and Noonan. Anytime you get to play with somebody local where you know a bunch of people, it's always a little more fun, some more of a derby. But we have other region games. Tomorrow night, Jonesboro is a region game. You can't get to state without winning those. You're also looking at Griffin and at the end for senior night, and Fayette County, and just trying to work our way through those and finish as well as we can.
All right, that's all I got for you. Thank you
Oh.
so much for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening. If you want to see the Stars Mill girls soccer team in action, head down to Jonesboro tomorrow at 7:30 to see their game. Until next time, from Coach Bowen and the terrific Thomas Hindy behind the camera, I'm Daniel Stackhouse. Cheers, fellas. Go Panthers!